Continuing from the last video, we're going to now move on to giving this an actual try to make it look like a professional package design. So we realized that the flaps, the inner flaps here weren't long enough to get the job done, so we're going to make sure we know which layer that's on and unlock it. Grab this, just click with the direct selection tool with nothing selected, just grab this, not clicking on a anchor but on the path itself, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just counting those so I can do about the same here. Also, feel like we're ready to try this imaginary on our thicker, better paper, so we probably don't need to make that as big as we thought we did because it will stick a lot better with the thicker paper. Another thing just to be aware of, so you don't get frustrated, is when you make this out of thicker paper, you may realize now this doesn't fit so well. You wouldn't believe that just a little bit of thickness difference in the paper could make this actually feel like it's too long. You know, you have to kind of imagine it being made out of wood, if you will, and then think about this folding in. Well, the thickness of that's going to push against the other side. So how do you find out? It's really just trial and error. And let me just show you something real quick. Just so you don't think I'm asking you to do the impossible or things that I've never done. This is an example of a package design that I did, and I can tell you, some of these, it took me a dozen or more tries to get it right, and especially as I went through different types of paper. This actually, this piece fits inside of this overall piece, and this was designed to look like a harmonica. So that's why it's called the 12 bar. It has like kind of a blues theme to it, but a double meaning with the word bar, as in 12 bar, 12 bars of music. A harmonica is used in blues music, and then the candy bar inside of it. And then this was an alternate version of the 12 bar. But each time I made, especially this one, I think I crafted this more than any project I've ever done in my life. Every time I would make a fold and then move to better grades of paper, I realized that I had to change the dimensions a little bit and change where the graphics were on there. Our goal is going to be here is to make two printouts where one really doesn't have much more than this on it, and then the other one will have basically just this, but we need a way to register those together. So that's the first thing we'll do here. And just to be neat, I will create another layer, and we'll call that registration. And so what we're going to do on that layer, because that'll need to be printed on both, is we're going to make some registration marks that are out of the way here. And I just want to make a straight line. And then I'll copy that, paste it in front, really doesn't matter. Hold down the shift key, rotate that around, and then now that I have that registration mark, I'm going to drag it with the option key down and move it at least to all four corners. The more of these you have that are out of your way, the better, to help you line up both prints. Now, the other thing is you have to realize we're just doing this for the purposes of making a comp to show our client or to make something to put in our portfolio. If you were actually doing this to get printed, what would have to happen is the printer would make a die that would basically be a lot like just the overall outer shape of this, and that would cut into your paper and cut it. They would also you'd have to put fold lines on here for them. But I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to show you how to comp this, since it's not primarily a package design class. But if you do want to know how to do that for later purposes, you can just go to the Prof. Steve G website and go to the software section and go to Illustrator and go to Mechanicals for Printing, and that goes over how you set things up for printing, glue lines, bleed lines, you name it, it's covered. So this is going to be one thing that we print, and then we are going to print that. We need the registration mark on both of them. Now, if you feel like it would be a good idea to have some fold marks up here, just in case the two pieces of paper become separated, then by all means put them on there. Turn the layout back on, make another layer, and then just call it, fold lines, make some lines here, a line here, maybe way out here, out here. It definitely can't hurt to put those on there. I'm not going to, just to keep the demo shorter, but let's go ahead and print these, and then we'll work on putting it together.